Cowboys make polarizing decision on quarterback depth chart. The Dallas Cowboys announced a significant roster move on Labor Day morning, revealing a decision that has sparked much discussion among fans and analysts alike. The move concerns the backup quarterback position behind starter Dak Prescott, a closely watched battle throughout the offseason between Cooper Rush and Trey Lance. It won't be Trey Lance, the former third overall pick, who will back up Prescott. Instead, it will be veteran Cooper Rush, who joined the Cowboys as an undrafted free agent after the 2017 NFL Draft. Head coach Mike McCarthy made the announcement during his Monday morning press conference. This decision has surprised some, given the contrasting paths Rush and Lance took to reach the NFL. Lance, acquired from the San Francisco 49ers for a fourth-round pick in 2023, has shown glimpses of the talent that led to his high draft selection but has struggled with consistency, particularly during preseason games where turnovers have been a problem. His struggles were evident in the preseason game against the Chargers, where he threw 5 interceptions. On the other hand, Cooper Rush hasn't seen much action in this year's preseason, attempting only 6 passes across 2 games. However, he brings a wealth of backup experience to the table, having stepped in for Prescott multiple times since joining the Cowboys. Rush has started 6 games, winning his first 5 before narrowly losing to the Philadelphia Eagles in 2022. Mike McCarthy says Cooper Rush is the Dallas Cowboys QB2 this week. McCarthy has been encouraged and excited about Trey Lance's development this preseason. While Lance's performance has fallen short of the expectations set before the draft, McCarthy stated that he is still encouraged by the quarterback's development this preseason. As the Cowboys prepare for their season opener against the Cleveland Browns on Sunday, September 8, at 4:25 p.m. Eastern Time, McCarthy and Cowboys fans alike probably hope they won't have to see either Rush or Lance on the field, as Prescott remains the team's clear leader. What's Dak worth? Is $56 million enough? 3 opinions. Frisco, it's a simple question that leads to a complicated answer. What's Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott worth? Should his playoffs failures keep him from being the NFL's highest-paid player? Are the Cowboys lowballing him in negotiations toward a contract extension right now? If he waits this out and becomes a free agent next spring, will he shatter all the record when it comes to contract size? 3 takes, from high to low. 1. A source tells CowboysCountry.com that a patient Prescott can, should he continue to spurn Dallas' existing offers and enter the free agent market in the spring of 2025, could make $70 million APY. The critic doesn't have to accept this as fact. But if agent Todd France and Prescott have that vision, one can understand the temptation to wait. Though as we've written, it does cause Cowboys Nation to wonder why Dak can claim that money doesn't matter to him. 2. Spotrac projects Prescott's market value at $55.1 million annually over a 4-year deal. That's sneaky smart work by Spotrac, because in a vacuum, at least, that number is so logical. Why? Because $55.1 million would allow Dak to leapfrog, by just a bit, Joe Burrow of the Bengals, Trevor Lawrence of the Jaguars and Jordan Love of the Packers, all at $55 million APY. If there is such a thing as fair, that might be it. And even as Dak might be seeking $60 million APY, if Dallas has made proposals that are in that aforementioned range? Accusations, via ProFootballTalk.com, that owner Jerry Jones is lowballing Prescott are made to look ridiculous. 3. Another outlet puts down Dak for hitting free agency, and then making in excess of $50 million. We will place a bet, maybe $50 millions worth, if we could. That there is virtually no circumstance, an unlikely horrible year on the field from Prescott? That would lead to that scenario. This is all about next year, not now, and of course that is part of the problem and part of the negotiating dance. Dak, as much as he wishes to be Cowboy for life, has spoken openly about being able to envision himself playing in another uniform. And Jones has said, "We don't need to get this done before the season." And as a matter of fact, that's probably not realistic to think before the season. That particular clock is ticking. But interestingly, Jones also added, "But my thought sitting right here is we'll have Dak as our long-term QB. All I'm gonna say is this, it's not done yet." Could Shedeur Sanders replace Dak Prescott as Dallas Cowboys QB? Former NFL GM thinks so. While Dak Prescott solidly has the Dallas Cowboys starting quarterback role, there's no denying Shedeur Sanders has what it takes to run the show. According to former New York Jets general manager Mike Tannenbaum, though, Sanders assuming the starting QB role may just happen next year. Shedeur Sanders, the standout quarterback for the Colorado Buffaloes, is emerging as a top prospect for the 2025 NFL Draft. Standing at 6'1" and weighing 198 pounds, Sanders made waves in his initial season in the FBS after 2 successful years at Jackson State under his father, Deion Sanders. In just his first 3 games, he threw for over 1,250 yards, boasting a remarkable completion rate near 80%. However, despite flashes of brilliance, the team struggled overall, finishing with a disappointing 1-8 record. As the 2024 season approaches, the Buffaloes have revamped their offensive strategy to enhance Sanders' potential. Changes include hiring experienced coaches and improving the offensive line, which was one of the weakest in college football last year. This new approach aims to create a more balanced attack, allowing Sanders to showcase his skills further. Former New York Jets Mike Tannenbaum says Shedeur Sanders can take Dak Prescott's role as Dallas Cowboys QB. While Sanders hasn't played yet a single game in the NFL, his current performance has many analysts excited over his potential in the league. For his part, former New York Jets general manager Mike Tannenbaum even claimed Sanders can replace Prescott, as seen in a video shared by Get Up, ESPN's official account on X. There's a better chance, in my opinion, that Shedeur Sanders could be the quarterback for the Cowboys next year than Dak Prescott at this point. Though he faced significant pressure last season, finishing as one of the most pressured quarterbacks in the FBS, Sanders displayed impressive accuracy and playmaking ability. His ability to make throws from various angles and while on the move sets him apart, even if he lacks elite arm strength. And while Prescott is the more experienced QB, there's a chance he might have reached his ceiling for the Cowboys. Looking ahead, Sanders must refine his processing and decision-making, especially in the intermediate passing game. With the right support and continued development, he has the potential to become a coveted first-round pick in the upcoming draft, making his senior year crucial for his NFL aspirations. If all goes well, he might find himself surpassing Prescott in the event Dallas picks him in the draft.